Pathmonk is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmonk to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmonk.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Noah Thomas, Head of Growth of Marketing out there with Mintec Global. How are you doing today, Noah?
Great. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you on today's show, and I'm sure our listeners are curious to know what Mintec is all about. So let's start it off with that. In your own words, Noah, can you tell us a little bit more about what Mintec is all about?
Sure, absolutely. Mintec is the world's leading independent provider of global commodity price data, price forecast, and market intelligence specifically for food, consumer product goods, and capital goods, as well as the supply chain, things like freight and looking at those kind of shipping costs as well.
Well, that's awesome to hear. I haven't heard of anything like that so far, so I'm curious to learn a little bit more, and so that way our listeners can get a better understanding as well. Then, what would you say you saw for clients? Would it be the pricing, getting the best price out of the commodities?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of the markets that we serve are food-based. So you can think like a food manufacturer, like a Kraft Heinz, or maybe a food retailer where they're buying up like large amounts of food, those kinds of things, as well as manufacturers, those in financial markets that are buying and selling commodities. And what we do is we basically have these price reporting agents or these experts in these specific commodities that go out and talk to different buyers and sellers of these products and understand where the price is at so that both buyers and sellers can negotiate a fair price.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. So then, who would you say are your primary clients then? Is there a vertical that you guys like to go for?
Absolutely, yeah. We best serve those in the manufacturing space. So manufacturers, anyone in food, those in retail, those again commodities traders, where you're talking about someone that independently sells like eggs or grapeseed oil or something like that. And then also financial market traders and industrial suppliers. So those looking for the price of steel, as an example. Those are the kind of customers that we serve.
Yeah, that's a quite a big range there for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome to hear that. And well, how does your audience typically find out about Mintec? What would you say is a top client acquisition channel for you guys?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Mintec has been around for about 30 years and has a really great brand story. So we're well known in the what they call the agri-food space. I think most people find us via search and two different ways, of course. Organic search from some of our expert articles that we have on our site. So we have pretty good SEO on that front. And then also from our paid acquisition channels, whether it's LinkedIn or Google PPC or even Bing ads. So that's our primary source is a little bit of direct traffic and then a little bit of SEO and some paid.
Definitely, and that traffic does get on the website, and I am here on it. It's mintecglobal.com. What role
Yep.
does the website play for your client acquisition?
Yeah, it's front and center. It's absolutely the first thing that our customers interact with. It's how our users log into our product as well. It's really just the front page for the start of the journey for most of our customers.
Awesome, great to hear that. And what is there anything that you've learned about what makes a great converting website? Any tools, tips, methods, or approaches that you could recommend?
Yeah, absolutely. Testing is king, but tracking is even better. Having a method and following that method as closely as possible. So really understanding what an A/B test is and not A/B testing too small. not just looking at your competitors when you're looking at, optimizing a page, whether it's a landing page or you're looking at maybe even a homepage revamp. Just broadening your horizons out to websites that you really like and trying to understand how you can best A/B test those for your brand and for the solutions that you provide for your customers, and really making that home for all things, both net new logos, but also for your existing customers, and making sure you're supporting them as well.
Definitely great to hear that. And well, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about you as a leader. You being the head of growth and marketing there for Mintec. What are some key tasks you focus on your day-to-day work?
Yeah, absolutely. So we look at full lifecycle marketing. So we look at from customer acquisition all the way to renewal, and understand what we can best do for our customers, how we can best fit into their needs, whether it's expansion opportunities and understanding maybe a certain account would probably like access to the analytics platform that Mintec offers, as an example, with forecasting, where they can expand their offerings past just looking at the price data. We look at those things and how we can grow those accounts to be best fits and be good partners of those accounts. And then we look at net new logos as where's the green space and what's the best product market fit as we start to roll out net new products in 2024. What markets do they serve? Where are we looking to grow and expand? And how can we best help those customers achieve their procurement goals?
Oh, that's got a full plate on your hand. And and you did mention client acquisition, but what about competitors? I heard you acquired 4 companies in this past year.
Yeah, absolutely. This year in January, Mintec acquired a Agri Briefing, which holds 4 brands. Ulner Berry, which is the price leader in the U.S. for protein. They also acquired Strategy Grains, Feed Info, and Tropical Research Associates. So we have this big portfolio of brands now that get even deeper. Basically took Mintec's offering, added experts to these different spaces, and we're able to enhance the platform with the data they have. And going forward, we have some really cool plans coming up in 2024.
Oh, that's great to hear. And with all the overwhelming content out there, where do you go to learn, grow, and keep up to date with everything in marketing, Noah?
Yeah, absolutely. So I really have tried over time to be on top of my learning management. So one thing that I found is a little old school, but really helpful, is RSS feeds. There's a series of websites that I always keep marked. As someone who started as an organic marketer, Search Engine Land and Moz, I still keep bookmarked to these days. As well as looking into the Google developer blogs and understanding like the new EAT update that came out in June, the EEAT update, really making sure that I'm on top of both what's happening in organic marketing, but also what's changing. For example, the email updates that came out with Google and Yahoo that are all top of mind for us. I try to keep on top of those things, both on LinkedIn, where I'm following different people that I consider market leaders, to constantly see their post and absorb that information, and balance that with their personal blogs and an RSS feed to kind of digest all that information together.
Oh, that's great to know. Like you mentioned, right, a little bit old school there, but still fresh, always up to date. So that's great to hear. And well, let's jump into our next section, Noah. It's our rapid fire question round. So, you ready for them?
Let's do it.
All right. First off, what is the last book that you read?
Hug Your Haters by Jay Baer.
All right, interesting read. Now, what is one single thing that Mintec is focused on at the moment the most?
The one thing that we're focused on at the moment at the most, personalization through automation.
Very important in today. So going with the next question, if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
I love this question. It's a really good question. I think if there were no boundaries to technology, the thing that I would want to have fixed in my role today as a marketer is to have a very easy, simple, decipherable data pipeline to visualize full buyer journeys. So because today lots of marketers work out of mini systems like a marketing process automation system and a CRM system to unify those things together and kind of give a full funnel journey picture at a C-suite level is sometimes really difficult. You have these tools like Looker and even like a Domo to kind of put those things together, but oftentimes there are compromises where you have to cut little pieces out. So having like a living, breathing, full funnel cycle that's easier to maintain and kind of monitor would be my dream there.
All right, that's always, dreams are possible, and in today's, I mean, AI was super huge this year. So I mean, the longer we go into the future, I think the easier things get for everybody. So right there. Now, well, if there's one repetitive task that you could automate, what would that be?
I think it changes from day to day. I try to follow the quadrant theory where, what's important and then what's necessary and the biggest impact on revenue. So what I try to do with those tasks that are repetitive is automate them and push those off of my plate. I would say the one repetitive task that has been a through line for me, at least in the last 5 years or so, is pulling quarterly reports. That's something that I would like to automate and have in a more living, breathing kind of function that would save some time for sure at the end of quarters.
Definitely. All right. And well, lastly, I love asking this question, and you have a lot of experience already in the marketing world. So what is one piece of advice, Noah, that you would give yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer today?
Mm, Pause and listen. Pause and listen longer. There are a lot of wise people that I've had the opportunity to talk to and learn from. From my last VP, I worked under Marilyn Mead, who's a brilliant marketer, to my early journey at a startup at Commerciant when I was employee number 3 and growing to employee 90. There's a lot of life lessons that you kind of learn in between from hard work, from mistakes and learning. But there's also a lot of life advice that people level to you really early in your career that can save you a lot of that pain and a lot of that kind of learning that you can capitalize on early on. So pause and listen would be what I would tell myself if I was to restart my journey today.
Great advice there, not just for yourself, but for everybody. Thank you so much for that, Noah. Well, Noah, thanks a lot for being on the show with us today. I do want to give you the last word. If someone forgets everything about the interview today, what is that one thing they should remember about Mintec?
Absolutely. Mintec is here to help you in your pricing and commodities trading. If you have any qualm or question about how much you're paying for something and you want to know if it's a justified expense, Mintec is really the go-to platform. It's been around for a long time. It has reliable pricing data and experts that often put out really great content on our website. So go check it out.
Awesome, Noah. Well, thank you so much for being on. For listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. Looking forward to our next episode at Path Monk Presents. Thanks a lot, Noah.
Thank you.